Greetings, everyone. A warm welcome to another edition of Marketing the Invisible. Delighted today to have the wonderful Loren Fogelman back. Loren, very warm welcome. Many happy returns. Good to see you again. Remind us where are you living? Where are you hanging out?
I actually live in Southern California. So right now, everybody else in this part of the world is freezing. We're pretty warm.
Yeah, whereabouts in Southern California?
It's in between San Diego and Los Angeles.
Oh, one of my favorite parts of the world is Encinitas.
Absolutely. It's
Yeah.
a beautiful part. And wine country is right around the corner from me.
Oh gosh, you got the surf on one side and one on the other. Just don't do them both at the same time, but, yeah, yeah, just a beautiful coastline up that area. Folks, we'll get off geography and, preferred towns and living spots. Lauren's a price and profit coach, so what happens with Lauren is she'll work with you to literally double your revenue, but the cream on the cake is you'll be able to do that in half the time. So, and I've seen these concepts applied and they work. Very often we're stuck in our own thought bubbles and we have these traditional programs that we've been programmed with that tell us that time equals money and that if we want more money, we have to spend more time. And that, of course, becomes self defeating at a certain point. And very often, most of us started a business to have a better lifestyle and we end up feeling trapped by our own business. So, that's the problem Lauren solves. I'm gonna do less talking now and ask Lauren to do more. Um, the title of this particular interview is How to Stop Competing on Price and Land Dream Clients Who pretty much never ask you, "Well, how much?" They just ask you, "When can we get started?" Lauren, looking forward to this very much. Question number 1 is, who's your ideal client?
My ideal client is someone who's a service-based professional. They want to be able to earn more. They want to engage higher quality clients, but they would also like to work light on their workload. So maybe they've tried some things and it didn't work. So they've stuck with the status quo, or they believe that they can't charge more than everybody else in the same category as they are.
So the problem you solve is this. This question 2, you've already explained some of it, but is there anything you wanna add to that about the problem you solve?
The exact problem that I solve is I help service-based professionals shift away from the traditional time for money.
Right.
So whether it's a fixed fee or an hourly rate, it's usually charged compared to time. And I help them move over to value pricing their services. So value pricing actually prices the client and what's important to them instead of your time and your operational costs. And the other part that I help with is not only enrolling new clients into your value price services, but getting your current clients into these premium price services as well.
And so you mentioned a phrase there, I think value pricing.
Yes.
So is that in part recognition that someone who's got, say, if you can help someone, um, who's got a $3 million business get a 10% increase, that's a lot more valuable, hence value pricing, than someone who's got maybe a $30,000 business that gets a 10% increase. There's probably more to it than that, but is that the sort of thing that recognizes that we might be able to provide more value to one person than another?
Absolutely. I just want to say that not everybody willing to pay your fees is going to be a great client. And sometimes people that pay the highest fees are actually either your biggest headache or your lowest profit as far as clients go. So it's not apples to apples as far as clients are concerned. And I think that what you're mentioning also is not just how much revenue you bring in every year, but how much profit you're bringing in is just as important, if not more so.
Indeed. Thank you. So what would you say some of the typical symptoms are that so you and your clients tell you about, what was going on in their business or in their life before they started work with you? What are they describing?
Well, basically, they're working too many hours. They know that they ought to raise their rates and they just don't know how to. So they might need the exact steps. They might need some hand holding. It depends on that particular person. And also, maybe they understand the concept and they know that they are undercharging. But once again, they can't get out of their own way, as you were mentioning before. So they stay stuck in the status quo because the raising your rates is fearful, whether you are a solo entrepreneur or you're working with a larger business. It's something that you don't think about today, and then it ends up happening tomorrow.
Right. Don't think about it today, ends up happening tomorrow. I love that. So you're talking about people are marketing the invisible. They have some intellectual property, and there's something they're very, very good at. In the main, you're talking about very smart people who want to grow their businesses. So what are some of the common mistakes that we could warn people about that these entrepreneurs are making before they find you and your solution?
I actually have 3 that are the most common, and all of these stem from the fact that they are afraid of losing clients. So the very first one is maybe they increase fees with new clients, but they lead those older clients at a lower rate. The original one, maybe even that they came on at. The other thing is if they do a fee increase, they maybe do a very small 5 to 10% fee increase, but that doesn't even cover the cost of inflation on a yearly basis or the cost of doing business. And the last one is, okay, they decided that they're going to have new rates. They're now talking to a client about it, and the client gives them some pushback, wants a discount. They cave into that pressure because they don't want to offend them or lose a possible client. So they go ahead and readjust the fees. They discount without taking anything away. So it teaches that client that their rates are negotiable as opposed to steadfast.
Perfect. Thank you. Very, very pinpoint. So let's flip this now and talk about what people should be doing. One top tip, a valuable free action someone could take for the whole solution. They're probably going to want to talk with you, but this might take them a step in the right direction.
Mhm. I believe that if you're talking to the right person and they already have an idea of what the problem is, they're interested in getting this fixed, then stop pitching clients and talking too much about what you do. Because that's not what is the most important thing to them, what they value. What you want to do is shift the conversation away from what you need to do the work for them to really focusing on understanding their problem and having them realize the solution that you can offer so that they are no longer stuck. This is what I call a value conversation. And as a result of it, it's 3 things. It's identifying their problem or their challenge, being able to educate them about some possible solutions, and then being able to let them know how you can help assist them with that. So by doing this, it's very client centered. It focuses on what matters to them, which is their problem and their headaches, as opposed to what matters to you, which is your revenue and your profit margins.
Mm. That's gold there, folks. Man, so often people go into a consult style meeting where we meet with a prospect and we don't even have a script to remind us to get the prospect talking about their problem before we dive into our solutions. Gold
And
in that one.
absolutely. And I want to just add to that with what you're saying, Tom, because that's so important is that, first of all, nobody wants to be pitched to. And most entrepreneurs I know don't enjoy pitching. So we're all on the same page as far as that.
Right.
Get away from trying to sell. Instead, let's hone in on the value.
Absolutely. Thank you for that. So, question 6, where can people go to get more information? Do you have a landing page somewhere where people can download something that's going to help them even more?
Absolutely. This is something you've been thinking about, which is getting away from trading time for money. You want to move over to value pricing or raising your fees. You can get my free resource called Get Paid What You're Worth. And it's at businesssuccesssolution.com/worth. And that will start to give you some things you can immediately do to get a better understanding of this concept and to start to implement.
Fantastic. And just about out of time. So that's folks, it'll be under the video if you're looking at the video. If you're on iTunes or Spotify or something, it's www.businesssuccesssolution.com/worth. And there's a fabulous resource there. Grow your bank account while lightening your workload. Discover how to earn more. So free download. Go get it. Get your digital butt over to businesssuccesssolution.com/worth. Last question, Loren. What's the one question I should have asked you but didn't?
Well, let's talk about the fear. The question is, if a business does decide to raise their fees, will all their clients leave? And the reality, statistically, I have seen that if you are client-centered and you care about your clients, it's not transactional, that 82 to
Right.
100% of clients will convert, and that the ones that leave are usually the headache clients that you secretly wished would go away anyway.
Yeah, wise words. Loren, thank you so much for your time and sharing so many insights as well.
Absolutely. Thank you, Tom.
Cheers, everyone.
Thanks for checking out our Marketing the Invisible podcast. If you like what we're doing here, please head over to iTunes to subscribe, rate us, and leave us a review. It's very much appreciated. And if you want to generate 5 fresh leads in just 5 hours, then check out www.5hourchallenge.com.